The North does not wake to song, it wakes to silence.
I remember how the air smelled of salt and steel before the storm came. They did not name their fears, they tempered them. Every strike was a word against the dark.
He waited for the world to forget its peace. Now, it remembers.
The North moved without haste, as if time belonged to them alone.
In the heart of stillness, I heard movement.
To see and wait is its own violence.
Kindness is a fortress, built one gesture at a time.
Every blade remembers the hand that forged it. The sky tightened like a drawn bow before the storm.
Steel will speak when men cannot.
The Iron Lord saw the village and believed it already his. I swore protections I could not keep. Keep your feet planted, son.
Yes, Father.
In each swing, we practice a future we do not own.
Every shield is a promise to someone.
Plans were forged beneath fear, not hope. We proceed. Far above, patience wore a crown of ice.
They huddled beneath the weight of their own silence.
I could feel them coming in my bones before I saw the fires. Across the frozen bay, the storm marched on hooves of iron. I counted the breaths before chaos.
Fire arrived before fear did.
In his roar, the mountains answered. I turned light into a wall. Words were too small for loss. He commanded night the way others command men. I saw everything turn to memory.
Thus ended the light Houndand, and from its ashes, something began to breathe. When the world fell silent, the silence weighed more than stone.
She rescued what flags the wind had left.
I can build again, Belin, if the fire forgets my name. In the remains they found rhythm, a nant, not hope.
Far from ruin, the architect of ashes outlined his next march.
We were the smoke and the spark at once.
He etched memory into metal. In the labor, breath became faith.
I buried names in the ashes.
From survivors, the North learned to breathe again. Grief is a forge that never cools.
In care, the war paused to breathe.
I turn the ashes back into fire.
In labor, strength found its quiet shape.
They gathered where the roof still stood, to learn from what had fallen. On the mountain of plans, he fed his certainty.
She gave me something too small to lose.
They found a place where cold could not enter.
I do not want peace. I want weight to lift again.
Beneath the ashes, fire took its first breath again.
The sea hid what the sky could not forgive. In cold chores, life quietly returned to habit.
From ice we build a heart.
He counted distances between victories. They marked loss to measure resolve. The earth groaned, but did not die. It cuts fear before it cuts flesh.
From hands numbed by cold, purpose kept its heat.
I spoke their names so Flame would remember.
Winter endures, so do they.
The night left its silence as a gift.
In their world of ashes rose a morning, not of mercy, but of necessity.
Strength returned, not in numbers, but in effort. The metal remembers our failures better than we do.
Together. For our kin.
He could not see them yet, but felt their defiance in the air. Their hands rebuilt what memory had abandoned.
Courage is not the fire. It's the frost that stays when fire dies.
Raiden, I swore again, Fa, not to conquer, to continue. Winter yielded none of its grip Aum, yet the North rose anyway. The world had not changed Daned. Only their breath did.
They worked not forgiveness, but foundation. Light does not melt the cold. It simply sits beside it.
The water waited under its armor. Two wills faced each other across frozen breath. We fed the flame slowly, as if teaching it patience.
The camp beat like a heart inside the winter. The sky promised nothing, unway, yet they believed it.
In his silence, ice dreamed of chains. They stood where dawn and winter met.
Tomorrow was just another name for today, Daf. But warmer.
Motion, it's only Amen. The ice knew both their footsteps.
I do not fear the cold, Bagden. I fear forgetting its truth.
They built answers for questions that had not yet been asked.
Eyes met across a light older than hate.
Let the sky fall. We will build from what it breaks.
Between honor and blood, there was memory. This is not rebirth. It is refusal to end. From ashes they rose, not toward Summertown, but toward light.